I believe we have been called by God and we've been chosen for this hour. We are no better than anyone else. We're no better than any other denomination, except we have been called by His name.
So great of faith. As you read the Gospels, you don't see Jesus giving a lot of accolades. One of the few people Jesus commended was a military man, a Gentile, a Roman. In many respects, this was an unlikely event from a human perspective. This Roman centurion was stationed in or near Capernaum, up on the northwest corner of the Sea of Galilee. A centurion was roughly equivalent in rank to a captain in the Army or the Marine Corps. At one time, centurions had 100 men under them. This may have varied from time to time. The Roman historian Polybius, writing before the time of Christ, said that centurions had the following qualifications: ability to command, did not seek danger, steady in action, reliable, capable of standing one's ground, prepared to die at their posts. This particular centurion had a slave who was at the point of death. He cared for his slave and probably sought every means that conventional medicine had to offer to save the slave's life. None of this had worked. So the centurion convinced one of his Jewish elders to find Jesus and enlist his help in restoring the slave to health. The Jewish elders gladly sought Jesus out. This was unusual because of the great hostility that existed between the Jews and the Roman overlords. But this centurion represented Rome well in these difficult circumstances. He was no stoic. He loved the Jewish people, and he was generous. He had built them a synagogue. The Jewish elders who found Jesus told him that the centurion was worthy of help because of who he was and what he had done. Jesus left what he was doing and began walking with the elders to the centurion's house. Before they could reach the house, the centurion sent friends out to intercept Jesus and tell him that the centurion wasn't worthy to have Jesus come under his roof. This centurion had many strengths, but he showed a genuine humility toward Jesus, who had no social status. The centurion told his friends to tell Jesus to just say the word. That's all. Just say the word, and the centurion's servant would be healed. The centurion said in effect, "I know how this works from my own experience. I tell one to go, and he goes. I tell another to come, and he comes. I tell a slave to do this, and he does it. Just say the word." When Jesus heard this, he was amazed at the faith of this military man. "I tell you, I have not found so great a faith even in Israel." Jesus had known many people over the course of his life. He had known godly people like his mother and Joseph, his stepfather. But of all these people in the land in which God had abundantly revealed himself, he had not found one who had so great a faith as this Gentile, this Roman, this military man. Just say the word. When the centurion's friends returned to the house, they found the slave in good health. See Luke 7:1-10. The Roman military men mentioned in the New Testament are all men of character. See the following references: Acts 10:22, 22:17, 23:17, 24:23, 27:1, and 43. May God bless you and enlighten you through this. I hope you have enjoyed this, and may God bless you and keep you is my prayer.
In Jude, we find him writing in verse 3, I wanted to write of our common salvation, but he said, I realized it was necessary for me to write to you of the faith which was once delivered to the saints. It's very specific in Greek. It was delivered once for all. We do not have an evolving gospel that needs to be updated with the latest theories of psychology and sociology and legality, but we have the faith which once for all was delivered to the saints. It saved people in the first century. It saves people in the 21st century.